All right, are we good? Y'all can hear me? Are we good, people? Somebody ping Discord. Tell them how to start my router. Well, so this is what happened. So I have like a little bin of like mad like equipment, and the cat jumped out and unplugged the extension cord a little bit. So I plugged it in and plugged it all the way back in, and doing that, I unplugged my router. So y'all can hear me? Are we good? Let me get a yes sir in the chat if we good. We okay? Is everything back? We good? Okay. Yeah, talk shit about the cat. That's right. Okay. All right. But yeah, somebody ping Discord. Tell them we back. Okay, let's go. Her movements were so smooth. You were so calm. No, get the fuck out of here. Get. God. Seeing how comfortable she was made me feel a little more comfortable. Yeah, a little strange, not gonna lie. Alright. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. I feel like he didn't die yet. Or maybe he did die. Was he? No, he did. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Maybe he wasn't dead all the way and she smashed his ass with a fucking hammer. Further, it seems like Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? Well, why would they do that? Or who would do that and why? Let me see Taka. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck with Justice Hammer 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. And there's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's body. That way, it wouldn't leave any bloodstains as it was moved. What up?
I see.
Makoto, I found something. Did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? I didn't say all that. Damn. No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had the encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock, and you know that bedtime for all the little boys and girls. Oh, I didn't remember that. So if it worked at 10 o'clock last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning this happened at 6 in the morning. Oh, shit.
However,
And that's not all. Take a look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right. There's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited for this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper? Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does
is
it?
that right?
I wonder about that. Yoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then.
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. Scrap paper. But what the fuck for? So, did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of
That's
paper?
right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants. So I can only assume he hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants. Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like in his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, shit. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Oh, it's the same fucking note. Exactly, word for word.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. That's the same thing Hiro said. So he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Time is probably different. Yeah, the one his said 1 a.m. This one probably says 6. But the note they wrote to Fumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Fumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching the scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Like... And how would something more important like that become become mere a scrap of paper? That's what you need to know. Answer. Oh my god, I can't fucking read. I just fucking butchered that shit. Whatever. I just want to get to the investigation. Come on. And while we're at it, I should tell you another thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their ebooks in them. Yep, the handbooks. Yep, how they carried out. Not that there's any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to worry about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to worry about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out my way to mention it. All I said that they weren't any help to carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where the handbook may play a role. The handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Yep, handbook. Oh, there we go. Let's go. It's time. Let's get it. Investigation time. I mean, trial time. All right. Let's pack them up.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
It's time, people.
Like a bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
All right.
And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
All right, let's go.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Oh, you better get going. Okay. Does she know? Hello, Mo the Ock. How are you? Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
It's 2 of them! He's multiplied. No, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? 2? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
A tough crowd. You're not playing along? Along?
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. Pain train? What the fuck? One-way ticket to Pound Town. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Doing good, Brody. Hope you've been having a swanky stream so far. I am having a swanky stream. Thank you for stopping by, man. Hope you're doing, hope you're having a very blessed day. Okay, then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
Guys, on a scale of 1 to swanky, how are we feeling today? I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious. Reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have found our culprit. What the fuck are y'all? Bruh. What? How did you get up there? Bro, I gotta take a picture of this. What the fuck? How did you get up there? Bruh. What the fuck? Thank you, Cecil Frost, for the raid. I appreciate you. Yo, look at this shit. How the fuck did the cat get on top of the closet? How did he get up there? What the fuck? This is a bigger mystery than Danganropna. Does anyone have any ideas? Get up there. Now they're both up there. What? It's two of them. Bruh. How? This shit like 6 feet in the air. Nah, we're like 4 or 5. Bruh, it's two. I don't know how y'all plan on getting down, but I'm not saving y'all. What the fuck? That's scary. I hope y'all have a plan on getting down, because I'm not saving y'all. They're just loafing. One's on my toolbox and one's on my boots. Bro. What the fuck? Does anyone have any idea how they did it? I literally just hear them meowing. I look over. They always land on their feet. They'll be all right. I don't know how they did it. Whatever. How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
What were they cooking? Do they know? She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Hello, Amarion. How you doing, bro? Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. Damn. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. Killer is... someone right here. Let's go. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. My cats climbed up in my closet. I'm confused on how the fuck they got up there, truly. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtains opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Let me get some emotes in the chat because we about to get fucking litty. If you're not following me, drop a follow. If you're not subscribed, bro, subscribe. Ad-free viewing emotes. What more could you want? And you support me. And if you subscribe, I might get a fucking another cat. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. That skills. Extraordinary focus. Give me that. Algorithm. Ambidextrous. Stop playing with me. Let's go. Keep them emotes in the chat. Keep them going during the trial. Let's get it. Trial time, baby. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Alibi.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or for anything else, we have to make that clear. Make your argument.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Compelling evidence that Hiro is the killer. Is that really true?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything. It's not true. It's
Hiro, why?
no, just hold on a second.
Everything we found, the blueprints, that you
Oops.
are the culprit.
I don't know anything. It's not true. It's
Hiro, why?
no.
I went too fast.
Hold on a second.
Everything we found, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the
How do you slow it
culprit.
down again? I forget.
I don't know anything
Oh,
about that stuff.
okay,
It's not
right
true.
bumper.
Hiro, why?
No, just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints,
The suit parts, they are all...
No, it's wrong.
That's wrong, motherfucker.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Right.
The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I...
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
No.
He is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Exactly.
Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
The suspicious individual must have been in the suit. Hero, the Illuminati, Hina. Hero.
My God! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Oh.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
Oh.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that...
This shit's so fire.
There's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that were used to move Taka's body. It was the dolly.
I got it!
There's one more thing. Things that were used to move Taka's body. They must have been the blue tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yep. What's wrong with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tar.
I really
And
fuck
the
with
dolly?
Sakura, bro.
Same thing.
Sakura, like, top character for me. Top character, one of them. Not the top, but she up there. I really fuck with her.
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
It sucks, because at this point of the game, everyone who's left, I fuck with them. Even
In other
Hero.
words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible?
I like
that
this
it was in the
sprite.
repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Simply Dad.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Tell her to go fuck
There
herself.
is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, nah, bitch, you're going
We
down.
all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Alright, bitch, you're going down. Wow. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can shut this bitch up for good. If I can just explain to them what the dolly must have been, explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet. Oh my god, now what is it? Now what? Reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up till now, there's been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. From now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload pressing the square button. It's like, oh, it's easy. Basically, just remember that the square button just has a function along with the X and triangle buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of the fever time. Your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Okay, so just press square, right? Moment of truth. Oh wait, I'm doing this shit already?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
Got her.
I cannot agree.
Goofy ass. Goofy ass. Goofy ass. Goofy ass. Stop playing with me.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
I remember they couldn't bend over, right?
The body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
I remember. Stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. I remember you can't bend over in that shit.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position
No, ma'am.
like that?
No way, Jose.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm as blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. All to mine. Did y'all know what I was thinking in my fucking mind? Stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. I'm just too good.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible.
Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off just to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? You didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an
Claustrophobic
invitation
people
for
hell.
everyone
Oh my
to
god.
suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
What picture?
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
I forgot about
If
that.
whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. And that's why I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
No.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
Oh shit. Put them emotes in chat. This is my fucking song, bro. When this shit cuts on, you know shit about to get crazy.
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? Saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then,
Yeah! Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been. Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we all hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Probably his watch. His watch. Yep. Put them emotes in chat.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
what makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Shoot!
I got it.
So,
Too early.
regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The order that the justice hammers were used to commit the murders. Something about that's bothering me.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
I tried that already. God damn it.
so, regarding Taka's death,
Oops.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice
Not
hammers.
that,
It's
not
true
that.
that Hifumi was killed with Justice
While Taka's dead,
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, so then it's whatever it said first.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
Not Monaco file number 3. Oh, you can suck up words. I forgot you can do that.
It's true that he fooled while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that he fooled me while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
While Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
This one I really don't know.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Damn it.
What makes you say?
Because of the number.
It's true that he fooled while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammer.
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Fuck.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with
Justice Hammer.
I keep pressing the wrong one.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The order of the Justice Hammers was used to commit the murders. The order of the Justice Hammers. Something is bothering me. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's
Fuck.
true that Hifumi was killed with while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
There we go. Fucking clutch. Fucking clutch.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. I feel like there was something. Oh, use X. Okay. Hangman's game. How do you do this again? Oh, do the words. Damn it. Wasn't L. Try that again.
I refuse to give up yet.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Whatever. C, not a C. O. W. Wrath. Wrist. Wristwatch. It says 6 a.m.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey you, how long you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he started. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah.
so if
So
it,
it was
wasn't broken
working.
after 6 last
Mhm.
night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And
Yeah.
before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Oh yeah.
When we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Oh boy.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the
Right.
equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could have not gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Ow.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Is there an elevator?
How? If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh, fuck. This is what happened. Celeste walked him upstairs or downstairs and cracked his ass. That's what happened. Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
Because he wasn't dead yet.
No! No, no, no!
He was just knocked out.
the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead,
Yup.
but perhaps in reality
Yup.
he was still alive.
Celeste boomed his ass, and then he got back up, and she walked him, took his glasses off so he couldn't see, and then boomed his ass again.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Man, oh man. This game good as fuck.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oops.
Shoot!
I got trigger happy.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is in Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body with Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Damn it.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Damn it.
Shoot!
Son of a bitch. Let's try again.
I refuse to give up yet!
Let me listen to it again. Let me listen to it again. Let me listen to it again. Let me listen to it again.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I get it.
Are you saying that
When we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we really so sure about... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi and the nurse, there's a chance he...
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery, and that Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, it's wrong.
Stop playing with me! Stop fucking playing with me!
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
Yep.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Oh.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yep. Second body discovery amount. The second discovery body announcement. The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when... after Hifumi came back to life. Oh, sorry. Try again.
Shoot.
My bad. When we discovered him. Yeah.
We heard it a second time in the repository.
Woo.
When we rediscovered the 2 bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Taka.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he
No.
wasn't actually
Hifumi.
dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
To be proof where Hifumi was still alive. And you have to show it to show everyone. Proof Hifumi was still alive. Glasses?
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, It was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Goofy ass. Goofy ass hoe.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Goofy ass.
But when
Bro.
we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yeah.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is...
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains
Oh.
blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
I forgot about
Figured
that.
if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it
But
everywhere.
why though?
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's corpse was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all
What?
went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the
Wow.
assailants.
Wow. Holy fuck.
But that means he took part in the murders.
He didn't kill himself.
I just can't believe it.
Wow. I didn't fucking know
If
that.
you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Hifumi not on the team.
There's more?
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item
The
he took
note.
off of Taka's lifeless body?
But he was simping. Oh shit.
talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away.
The only
aren't
like
you?
2D fucking traitor.
Hidden note?
Wow.
That's right.
Celeste and
Found it
Hifumi
stuffed
set
in
up
his pants.
Taka.
What?
And then she boomed his ass.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it!
Okay.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, can't let her get to me. Pop this hammer.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Time mentioned in the note. I feel like that's the key.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong.
Yes, sir. Stop fucking playing with me. Let me get a
No,
W in the chat.
There absolutely is a connection.
We eat those.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that he stole it.
I got it!
Scrap paper.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it!
Yep.
It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note, Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa, yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
Man.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus. Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But
No.
wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
There was a clean hammer.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure this out. Somehow I have to find the truth.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Damn, my bad.
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit?
How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Here we go.
No, it's wrong.
First try, by the way.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
There's something missing.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Probably that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... I gotta steal one, I can tell.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Is the possibility of an accomplice really that insane, or is there some chance?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
No, it's wrong.
Goofy ass. Give me a W in the chat again. Caught you slipping, motherfucker.
Since
Got his
there were
ass.
two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Good, Jaden, how you doing,
The
gang?
payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
But that's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us of two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed this fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is
I
at it.
understand how an accomplice could be involved.
How y'all feel about Kyoko? She best girl?
Pulling Hifumi's strings.
Yes, she is. You don't even gotta answer it. I just know.
Problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. It's been real. I got you, bitch.
Here's my answer. It was
You're going to jail.
Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yep.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
What?
Pardonnez-moi.
That accent
Just
went
to
away.
be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Screaming. Oh, what's that? What is it? Countering the suspicious individual. Yep.
The behavior they had in
You're going to
common
jail,
has to do
motherfucker.
with the suspicious
Lock her up.
individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
1111, make a wish.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said,
Wow.
only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
You're getting locked up, motherfucker. You're going to jail.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. Saw him, that strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so we headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
That boy thought he was cooking. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. Ifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
It was. And why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the capture of the suspicious individual Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and
Damn.
Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Y'all remember when Amaranth said my name on stream? Did anybody clip that? I hope somebody clipped it.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Yeah.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Damn.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What'd she say? They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die, just like those guys died. Those guys.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand.
How'd she know Taka was
what's so
dead?
strange about it.
How did she know that?
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to
How did she
discover
know that?
Taka's body in the equipment
This
room.
bitch tweaking.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Byakuya remind me of Josh.
Yeah, I see what you're talking
White
about.
people, birds of a feather flock
Although
together.
I don't really get what it means.
Love them though.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment didn't make sense. What is he alluding to? How did you know motherfucking Taka was dead? How did you know? Alright, here we go.
All I said was... They must really be
Alright, come on.
enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Well, Celeste said, when Celeste said what she did, she shouldn't have known yet. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said?
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Yeah, I don't think that was it. I think that was it.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and
Oops.
confused.
What?
They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
There you go. I see now. Those guys, yeah.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those.
Yeah, that was
No,
easy.
it's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Nobody knew.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Oh, he's holding
Surely
him.
there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? He's holding him. It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. It was Hifumi holding him. It was Hifumi. Hifumi and the suspect been drinking. Hifumi's dragging the suspect away. Ah,
It's not a picture of the
fat
suspect
motherfucker.
dragging
I got
Hifumi
you.
away.
That boy thought he was slick.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Boy thought he was smooth.
That's certainly within the realm of
I
possibility.
didn't even think about that.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
Yeah.
We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Buddy thought he was a swingster. Oh God. That boy a
And
goblin.
strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yep.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Bruh, just give it up.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
This bitch pissed me
Then
off.
shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she's on the team. There's no way she is. But is that really possible? Oh shit.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
No, that's not right. There's definitely a contradiction to what Celeste is trying to claim.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Boom! Goofy ass.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Thank you, Jet, for the raid. Appreciate you. How you doing?
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yep.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
The beat go off? At this moment, she realized he fucked up.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Where's her accent?
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
What? Hey, Ifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? What did they take? My foams. They took me for my foams.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Ooh.
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Y'all know that dog in the skinny jeans? That's how Hifumi looked. This is how Hifumi built. Hifumi built like this. Ain't he?
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Last names.
That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name.
Then who the fuck is Yasuhiro?
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
That's the last name,
And
isn't
that's
it?
Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
Oh.
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit.
Can somebody Photoshop Hifumi wearing the Supreme Against All Odds Goku drip coat? Can somebody Photoshop Hifumi wearing that, please?
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
No, ma'am.
Well, do I?
No, ma'am, not at all.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
What's Obama's last name, bitch?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
She's lying. Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Bludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, no, it's wrong.
Give me your book, bitch. Give me your fucking book. Give me it. Give me that shit right now.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
That handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, it's not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
What's Obama's real name?
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Doc Celeste.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Let's go! Let's go! Put the Mimos in chat, gang. Is it 4? I don't know. I think.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And
Oh. Fuck is it?
here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh. Oh, okay.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit.
Damn it. It's 2. Knocked him out. It's not that one. Oh my god. I'm fucking stuck. All the hammers look the same. A certain item to do it. Fuck. This one hard, because everything looked the fucking same. I don't remember the numbers. Look at the numbers. Camera. Oh, it's what they knocked him out with? I thought how they did the evidence. This shit hard. Y'all could just give me the answers at this point. I'm fucking stuck. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. What the fuck did he use?
The killer is you! They drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
They boomed his ass.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the damage and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
yeah, it's the wrong one. Fuck. Oh my god.
I refuse
Alright.
to give up yet.
Try it again. Damn. The damn hammer's confusing me. Here we go. Okay. Called Buddy at 1 a.m. Who was it that the killer summoned first? Hiro. Knocked him out and stuffed him away. The evidence. They used the camera to fucking set him up. What time was Taka supposed to head to the equipment room? Damn. What Justice Hammer was used for? In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence. What the fuck did he use? In the library, he used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. What the fuck did he use? Justice Hammer 3.
Here's exactly what happened.
Come on.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Boned his ass.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Fuck! Damn it! What is it?
the killer is you! So, for these, the first fake there, they wanted to make sure the second this time, with these 2, that we fell.
What the fuck? What is it? Bro. Oh my god. You on track. It was the blood?
The killer is you!
Bruh, I have no clue.
So, for these attacks, the first there, they wanted to make the this time with these 2 incidents that the suspect was increasing this. We fell right into the.
It's Hammer 2? Hammer 2 already got used though. Which was in the nurse's office when Hifumi was pretending to be dead. Is it 3? Bruh. The hammer is just fucking confusing.
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killer the first there, they wanted him. The second fake incident this time would be that the suspect was. We fell right.
Bruh. He tricking me.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Boomed his ass.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case.
There we go. Shit. Yep. Blocked that motherfucker. Boomed his ass.
Celeste, sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Damn. Yo, who's in the stream? Let me get a hee-ho, bro. Holy fuck. Hey, shit, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. I'll take it.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
I know that accent was fake.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay?
Nah, she innocent, bro. Take me. Leave her.
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Let me get an RIP Bozo in the chat because she fucking about to get boomed. I wonder what her execution gonna be like. Probably gonna be some weird shit. I don't know. Let's see, the moment we were all waiting for. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blacken this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yoshihiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's amplitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, you know, Kuchi? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Oh, not Kuchi. Fucking alter ego. Does she mean? Yeah, she talked about alter ego. What? What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
You're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into your plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Come on, what are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about how it was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with this?
Mike thought Celeste was gonna let Hifumi hit. Don't worry, we all think that. Bruh, I was about to say, she let him hit, bro? Not me? Whatever. It was Taka, he stole it.
So
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken, you know what, to Taka's room early and took pictures of it there. At least she's not fucking, you know, setting us up. She could have been like, yeah, you know, alter ego, that computer shit we were talking about, we was trying to hide from Monokuma. Yeah. At least she's saying, you know what. Okay, I fuck with you for that. You're a real one for that. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd known and shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. How did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
This lying fucking bitch. And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. Not to my queen, you motherfucker. I'm gonna kick your ass. Yep. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target. Why would the ultimate moral compass do that, Goofy? Yeah, why?
What?
Escape. You don't mean. Taka is gonna try to kill you.
Let go!
indeed.
So all he can do is keep her to himself. That motherfucker.
Completely unforgivable!
Bastard, bastard, bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear I will save her!
Oh my god.
actually,
Then would you like to join me? It so happens I come up with a plan. We're gonna kill that motherfucker and steal him back, and then escape. With that, it's complete. What you talk about, motherfucker? Nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. This effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
See.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. I asked him to make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it was my own fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's a bet.
Let's see.
In that regard, I have made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. Yeah, that's a bet.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming he'd actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part, he pretended to be dead. Once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but just still barely held on. Can he believe that shit? Of course he was. Fucking dummy, goofy ass. While you're all questioning about what had happened, I was gonna go murder somebody else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody would doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. All seems very straightforward, stereotypical. They really made Taka clock out the same chapter as his character development. Yeah, that's fucked up. I just matched to that lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end,
So he had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
It's not an issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
what the heck?
Was it really just for money?
Hmm.
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment of our new life began, my only thought has been escape. But it's been you saying how you wanted to stay here and shit.
You little bitch.
Oh, that's a bet. You're lying.
Hey,
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
you little
I wanted to
bitch.
get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there's no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
Live in a European castle. A castle. To gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler slash bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of
This is
decadence.
fine.
Living the rest of my life was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Can somebody just kill this bitch already? Goddamn, I get it. She's fucked up, but damn, just kill her ass. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge,
There
but
is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own needs. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
You say that, but when she gone, she gone. You right. And that's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
is this?
That's a bet. How can you be so calm, bitch? You about to die. We're gonna kill you. Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, but I take pride in that. It's not just other people I can fool. I can even fool my own emotions. Conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. You know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice,
Isn't
then
it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get killed again, bitch. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed that she could fool her own feelings. That statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. You all done, bitch? Alright, let's get it cracking. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment.
Oh, shit. Execution.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
What the fuck is that key?
Which is why, actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again in another life.
Damn. We gotta play it. I got a new song for execution when people gotta die. I gotta know. I got a song we gotta play every time an execution's about to happen. Celeste, you are a real one. I fuck with you. Can we get an F in the chat for Celeste, man? Cause yeah, we gonna miss you. We gonna miss you, man. You've been real. Let me get an F in the chat for Celeste, bro.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
Damn.
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about
Man. They about to stone her ass, aren't they? The burning of the Versailles witch. They about to burn her ass. Oh. Wow. Could have been me. Not her. Fire department here. Okay, that's a good thing. Wow. That's wild. That's fucking crazy. Bro. It's over. The third execution is over. The last death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him, just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Stream!
You guys are still young, so you need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope for the next generation.
Let me out of here!
Uh-oh. You can fuck about hope. I'll throw it in the trash can if you let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you out, one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey, hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Oh, brother. Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
Oh man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez. What do you mean, what did I do? I had no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's time I get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'd do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So,
Most likely the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Oh, that means Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to admit what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed into the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why? Why exactly are you going alone?
so
You even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo,
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I try to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
shall we go?
But then, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko brought out the key that she got from Celeste. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Oh! Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Safe, thank goodness. Never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So, now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
however,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. It just makes me even more worried. Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
indeed.
it's only natural they think that I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? Okay, here goes this Kingdom Hearts ass shit. Right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. Yeah, okay.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you where I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see? What I heard from Kyoko was, well, frankly, kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes. So I waited for the nightmare to come. When it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back of the boys' bathroom closet. But could Kyoko really be right about this? Alright. What do we got here? Secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be hidden in here? You said way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand in the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. Oh! Shunk! At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. This shit is crazy. I had no fucking clue that shit like this was gonna happen. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room, but what's in here? There's a bunch of files that look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? The only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out the file, and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation, like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Nacho Libre! A strange sound rang out through my head. It feels like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it'd been. Books are gone. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. It's all gone. Empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty. Gone? It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. Wow. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound? Coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? Can't be nothing. Here, in the gym? Okay, what's going on? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Oh! For me, there raged a battle between anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be? The mastermind spy is Sakura. Ooh. Damn, only 7 remain. To be continued. Super Robo Justice present. Wow, three's a crowd. Finish chapter 3. Well, people, I feel this is a safe place to end. Oh my god, get this off my screen. This shit has been fun. Wow. What the fuck is going on? Who's in the stream? Do y'all want to play Danganronpa tomorrow? Oh. Play Danganronpa tomorrow, man. Holy fuck. Man. That was something. I appreciate everyone who hung out with me tonight. It was fun. Hey, get that white woman Sakura off the screen. We got Amaranth to say our name on stream. That shit was crazy. If anyone's not in the Discord, I assume everyone is. Make sure you join Discord. I do have a Patreon. If you want to, support me, $1 a month, you can. If you like to, Patreon, I appreciate it. And I posted a lot of videos over the past couple days. You guys' homework till the next time I stream is to go like and comment on all my videos. If you do, I'll give you a smooch. But that's all I got for tonight. Shout out to all my mods, Zora, Ray, Mira, 12, Bree, everyone else who helps out the streams, everyone who lurks, everyone who's followed, subscribed. I'm very grateful. So, without further ado, I will be ending the stream here. I'm probably gonna go to bed because I got work in the morning. So I will see you guys when I see you.
Destiny.